Hundreds of media practitioners, media owners and members of the public graced the inaugural lecture series on media and politics in Africa held here in Kampala. A leading media entrepreneur, intellectual and media freedom advocate, Trevor Ncube, who owns the Mail and Guardian weekly publication in South Africa, delivered the keynote address. Speaking on the upcoming general elections in Uganda, Ncube, who has been in the media business for 18 years, cautioned the media against falling for the schemes of the politicians, but focus on issues that matter to the people.
Is it about issues or is it about personalities? Unfortunately, we as African journalists have not been able to tell the politicians that the issues are being, the elections are being fought on tribal lines. It's not issues.
Underscoring the power of the new media like Twitter, Facebook and WhatsApp, the Zimbabwean-born South African-based intellectual said that these social media sites were the new platforms for expression of views. He condemned biased reporting on Africa by Western media, but asked African journalists to tell their story in a compelling way instead of lamenting.
The reporting of Radio France and France 24 reflected the official position that Blaise Compaoré was a stabilizing influence in the region, and that out of control mobs, the natives, were risking regional political instability by kicking him out of the palace. The case, as the one of Gaddafi before, reinforces the role of national or foreign politics in influencing the work of reporters.
Ncube, who is a freedom activist in Zimbabwe, where President Robert Mugabe has reigned for over 30 years, criticized African leaders for clinging to power.
Of course, Uganda, like Zimbabwe, has a president who's been in a state house for several generations. And as we know, this creates its own complications. It is not healthy for any leader to stay in power indefinitely, as this invariably subverts the independence of institutions. In this regard, the media must continue to push the envelope for checks and balances in our constitutions, political accountability, and against the big man syndrome. The day African media is able to mock, to caricature, to insult, to make fun of politicians, especially presidents, will mark the dawn of maturity of both our media and our politicians, and I look forward to that day.
Even after the Constitutional Court recently nullified the controversial anti-homosexuality law, Ncube, who said he was a born-again Christian and born in a minority tribe, wondered whether the law was necessary in the first place.
I don't buy the claim that the majority doesn't like gays and lesbians, and thus we must pander to their prejudice.
But a number of people in the audience disagreed with him, arguing that Uganda needed a strong law to check the promotion of homosexuality and promoting human reproduction. Solomon Serwanja, NTV.